this video we are playing Find the Mochi. Thank you so much for choosing my video. If you do find it helpful, if you can leave it a like, drop me a comment, and of course hit that subscribe button to help support my channel. So I have done the video by location. So the first one is where we spawn into, which is town. This video will cover updates 1 and 2. So what I've tried to do is order the video by location rather than the order that I found the mochis in. So please, I have tried to line the video up as best as I can, but obviously it may just glitch a little bit whilst I am putting the different videos together. I've really enjoyed this game. I think it's got a really great kind of differing challenge levels. I think the mochis are really cute. I think the maps are really great. So if you do enjoy Find the Games, this one is highly recommended by me. I was quite surprised some of the areas of the map wasn't utilised for a mochi or a character, because like you can go down kind of into the wall a little bit and it would have been quite a nice place to put sort of a really hard veiled entrance or a mochi in there. I don't actually know what a mochi is. I'm assuming it's like a dumpling, maybe, something like that. I'm going to have to Google what one of those are. I love this building. I love how nicely furnished it is. It's really nice to see kind of that high quality polished look. I love that the mochis are sort of in the locations where I would expect them. So sort of the teapot in the kind of kitchen area. We have old up in the attic. Oh, that's like they've just shoved that up there because they're old and don't want it anymore. You can just go up in the attic and just stay there with all the other old stuff we don't need anymore. We have honey just by the beehive. Look, there is a nice place to put like a veiled entrance in. I love the plane. I mean, the trampoline could have been a bit hidden, maybe. Albeit my aim is atrocious to get onto it. But we find strawberry. That's a bit peculiar to find strawberry up there. And blueberry is in the water. Again, nice tie, blue, water, blueberry. Again, you could have done one in terms of turning the remote control on and one becomes on the screen like Pixel. You know, there's always, you know, YouTubers, you know, so JudgementTV might lend itself to a mochi, you know, hint, hint, hint. Dog is a new one in the update too, so this is where I'm saying it's a little glitchy, sorry, bear with me, but that is now next to the house. I love the donut one. That's really cute, and I love how that one is in the map, so it is sort of like that 3D one. And then we have passionfruit as well. No, Rig, you're not supposed to be sleeping on the job. Wake up, you've got prisoners to look after. I am here to break Angry out, and I love that Angry has a chili pepper on their head, so they're obviously a bit fiery, a bit spicy. I love the little expression as well on his face. I'm going to say he because that's what I'm thinking it is. So for the code, there's one on the Princess Tower, one in the cave, one on the back of the farmhouse, and one on the back of the ice tower. Just in case the code does change, that's where I found it. So entering the code 2834 and we can get angry. The only thing I don't know, is it Yui, the mouth? I don't know if I would just like a normal smile. I can't tell if that's like a mustache or something. It's weird, like, is it a nose or is it a mouth? I can't tell. And I love that it's sort of, they've gone to the effort of having sort of the 3D one in the map and then sort of the drawn one in the index. But they're both really good quality as well. I love that the obbies aren't strenuous. I can do these. And we have caveman. I love the one gangly little tooth sticking out. Again, in update 2, artist is just by the river there. And then in the river we have fish. Now, why couldn't this have been a secret one? What is that face there? What is that for? Could it be like a special monster one, or you get taken to the back rooms or something? It's weird it's not utilised, and it's an opportunity to do something. Making our way into forest, and we have bait, and I love the little worm sticking out of it. That's so funny. It's these little attention to detail. I would like the supermarket a little bit more stocked. I don't think you would ever have a supermarket as bare as that, unless you've had a mad shopping spree or looting, you know. If anyone remembers the toilet paper COVID incident, like, you'll get why I'm saying that. I will come back and do snow in another part of the video. I'm just going to do it section by section. It's a real shame that the butterfly didn't have the wings when I found it. I don't know if they've done that in update 2. I didn't look, but that's a real shame the wings are missing. Pickle is a little bit random. I would have expected that inside of the supermarket. We have camper. You could donate a tent to hobo down the road there. Be nice. Fire, obviously. I like how well hidden it is inside of the fire. Up to the graveyard. You know what they're missing? Skeleton. I would love to see what a Mochi skeleton would look like. There was one in Find the Beans, it was just sort of like a round shape, but I love the sort of brain sticking out the Mochi for zombie. That's really funny. But yeah, I would love to see skeleton in here as well. Again, you could have made that maybe into a mausoleum, so actually had like the stone coffin thing. The orb behind that building though turns it into nighttime, so we will need that in order to get spirits in the new mushroom update, and also to get some of the mochis in the clouds. But I will cover those later on in the video. That's sort of like a cat penthouse, isn't it, to have the tree house to themselves. We have teddy bear. Now, wouldn't a teleport to a big poppet, and then one of the kind of poppet thing bubbles, I don't know what you call them, you know, the thing that you press down, is a mochi, but you've got to go and find the right one? If I haven't earned myself a mochi for all these ideas, I don't know what will. Again, cave I will do as a separate part of the video. We have flower. We have box inside of the delivery, and I love the fact that when you turn it nighttime, the delivery's neon. I think that's a really nice touch. In update 2, you do have the cow just by the tunnel there. And then I spy with Mida Lie. I search for monster everywhere, and it's up on the cliff overlooking this area. So I did try desperately to try and find a way up, and the only way that I could find, this is where zoomed out view, as I always say as your friend, is sort of behind here, and there's a rope ladder. So you can just see it on the edge of the cliff there, so you can see it when you look at it by farm. And up we go. So glad to have found this one. I thought it would have been a mushroom, given that you had kind of the fairy tale creatures in there, but no, it was there in forest all along. So you are now watching the update 1. This was the original cave design. It has vastly changed for the better, I would say. So although I'm collecting the mochis here, I do actually go around the new area, so I will show you where they are now. I will go around the whole cave. And I think this has been super smart. I was going to say in my video, because obviously I was slightly delayed getting this one out, that the cave could have done with a bit of work. There was some opportunity for sort of all the golds and ores and all the gemstones. But I think they've done a lovely job in update 2 already without me even suggesting it. Maybe a bit of interaction with the cave area, so go and find a pickaxe and then you can go ahead and do some mining, might be nice. I love the torches. I don't think I've seen torches like that in a game. But dropping down here, and we've got this area here. Clicking on it, you get teleported through. Some of the teleports are a little bit glitchy, so do just keep with it. And we have Evil. The only downside of this game, and it's really unfortunate, it's not a badge game. So when you collect the mochis, you don't get a badge. But what you do get is badges when you've collected certain amounts of the mochis. But I would potentially like to have something taken away apart from the fun of the game. So this is the brand new cave, and I think this is absolutely wonderful. So I love lava rock. They've made it feel a lot more like a cave. It's not so kind of like linear and rectangular. So there's Miner. Here is Crystal. So that is prismatic. I will do that at the end of the video, but we have to go ahead and find 7 orbs. We have diamond there in with the diamonds. Could you imagine how rich you would be having all of those diamonds that size? I would have potentially put bats up in the top. It's a bit obvious there. Making our way round snow now. Someone has been very busy making lots of snowmen. Again, it may have been nice to have some snowflakes going, but not the worst thing. Usually in the games you do see kind of snowflakes falling. We find Bunny in the middle, and it's a bit weird that it doesn't have the bunny nose, like the little triangle in the middle. That's why, is that thing on the front of their face like a mouth, or is it a nose? And I've just realised what it reminds me of. Do you remember Dr. Zoidberg, was it, in Futurama? It kind of looks like his mouth. I love how well the snowman one's hidden on the snowman. And then we have snow inside of the igloo. Oh, and then we've got an ice obby because I love them so much. And this is really slippy. But I'm going to show you a bit of a cheat now. I don't know if they've done it on purpose or not, but look how close that tree is. And if you've got sprint on, we're going to cut out half of this obby, work smarter, not harder. And boom, look, we're halfway up already. Albeit that it is still super slippy. But with the cheat, we can just go straight back to where we were, no problems. For the first time, I think I've done something smarter instead of doing it the overcomplicated way. And there we go, we have got ice. Making our way into the city now. How many pizzas is that pizza person delivering? They must be having a party. Or it's a mukbang video or something. Massive family. I love the Spider-Man one. I wonder if they could do some more superhero ones. This one's horrible. So we've got killer and then we've got dead, like in the alleyway. No. Love the little teleport into the bank vault, and we have the robber, and then you have this one at the end, which is the robux. I always hate that. I'm like, no, I've got 10% left on my battery. Again, some of the teleports are a little bit glitchy, so bear with them. So this is what you sort of imagine a sewer to be like. I mean, probably have some trash in the actual liquid would have been good, but I love the radioactive spillage. I'm pretty certain you can't walk on it, but you don't need to do the obby because you can go up and over the tunnel. Again, work smarter, not harder. The random banana peel's quite funny. Again, you could have sus, so you've got a vent there in the dark corner. So again, you can have a Mochi dressed like an Among Us. We have mutant. I love that. Again, there's opportunities to put a veiled entrance, so you have to go into the right tunnel to get one. So I love the cars and the traffic. That brings a lot of life to the area. Obviously, essentially you are playing chicken to get across the road. They do beep you and they will actually knock you over and fling you across the map. That's quite funny. Again, I would have loved for the shelves to have actually been stocked here. It just makes it really bare and really empty. So that is a little bit of a shame. Not kind of the same calibre as the rest of the buildings they've opened up. See, there I am, and look, I've got run over straight into the traffic worker. They're not doing a very good job. I mean, that would be a health and safety nightmare. They literally stood right in the middle of the road. Again, apologies between the day and night. That's update 1 and update 2, the ones I was videoing. I should have switched it back on today. I don't know why I didn't bother doing that. And I love that it feels like a city. I love the block feeling, the road, you know, the buildings. A very posh pizza place to have a singer entertainer. Dinner and a show, and then we've got pizza. Why isn't dough one? Pizza dough. You literally got a mochi shaped dough ball right there and you haven't used it. Oh, so close to going over the road. Of course, you've got to have billboard. Look at the bodyguard, the beefcake bodyguard outside. It's like the only one with a body. Again, you could have like a veiled entrance into the secret VIP club room. That sounds a bit dodgy because usually it's where like naughty things happen, but you could do that anyway. I'm more than happy to be a VIP in the room. We have the graffiti artist. I'm really like puzzled. You've got a mochi there, but you haven't used it. So you could have actually done like painted or, you know, graffiti artist and then graffiti. Again, update 2 has a person holding a mochi ice cream there. Going into the school. Again, there's plenty of opportunity here to bring some element of food. You know, you could have sort of a sandwich one. I don't know what else they've got there. Pancake, waffles, I don't know. Really great place to put one there and they haven't used it. You know, you could have student. Cheerleader could have been there, I don't know. Guaranteed there's always one in the toilet. And there we go. And of course it's brown, so yeah. We have nerd. And then we have teacher. I don't know what teacher's doing with that blackboard. I certainly never had a teacher scribble all over the blackboard for me. And then in update 2, oh my god, getting run over twice. We have trash can here by the store. On to beach now. So again, this is update 1. So you do now have the kind of beach ball, volleyball area, but I will show that in a moment. I'm not the biggest fan of the sea. You've just got 2 squares of seaweed and a few rocks. Like, it doesn't feel very natural that way. It doesn't feel very utilised. So you do have clownfish and we have got ancient statue, but there's loads of sea creatures that you could put in, you know, or you could even teleport into another area. I love the one in the floaty. They're chilling out. I do like that one. But yeah, you know, you could bring in some more sea creatures, the buried treasure, especially as you've got pirate right there. So literally the rock pile ran straight past it while it was night time. Ancient statue is there. That's why probably switching to day may help you, because obviously that one was quite hidden in the dark. I do like that the dark is not really dark though. You don't need a lamp or anything like that. Update 2, just by the lifeguard, we have mango underneath a coconut tree. A little bit random. Wrong fruit there. So that's obviously where mango is, but this is back to update 1. So here is the new beach ball. You can wear the mochis as pets, so if you've got a favourite one or you want to showcase your best one, obviously you can put them on as pets. Again, now I know that there's some hanging off the edge of the map, so having a look at that zoomed out view, and hello, what is that sneakily hidden down here? Again, this is why I say I love the different challenge elements to this game. There's some that are easy, some that are medium, some that are harder. This one's looking quite crazy. And this is pleb. I might have to have a look at the inspiration for that one, because there's two characters very similar to that, unless they're like the developer themselves, I don't know. Although I wouldn't think that one of them would call themselves a pleb. I'm quite surprised that flower wasn't sort of one of the flowers in the kind of basket there in the farmer area. I think they've missed a trick. You could also have had strawberry as one of the little tiny weeny ones on the strawberry bush. So that's an opportunity maybe. I know they have tiny, but to start utilising some smaller ones to really hide them inside the map. You know, you could have the top of one as stepping stone. They have updated the bottom tier of the farm. I think this was really needed, so well done for doing that. And I've just realised you've got an escaped cow, haven't you? It's almost like it's run away from the farm. Again, not used to kind of stable on the outside, but then that looks like a Mochi wearing a chicken costume. But then you've got normal chickens. You could have had hay on that top tier, made use of it. You've got a ladder to go up there. You've got a silo, so again, some kind of grain. This one, oh my god. So yes, this was literally like, why is there kind of a step thing there? And then that zoomed out view again to the rescue. And this is the other one, so this is Sammi. So I don't know who Pleb and Sammi are. So for the clouds, it's going to be worth your while to go ahead and turn it nighttime if you haven't done so already before you go to the clouds, because it will save you coming back and then going to the clouds again. So graveyard, touch the orb, turn it night. So why I say that is the kind of area over there, the pathway is only available at night. My god, tiny, that one was crazy. So you need to buy points for the hints, so the index doesn't actually give you hints whereabouts these mochis are. So that one made that one really hard for me because I don't play with robux. I should have joined the group really, then I could have had 5 free hints. Hourglass is a little bit random in this area. I don't know why. I don't know if it's sort of like, I don't know. I don't know if it's sort of supposed to represent time and how little of it you have before you then go across here to where Angel is. I don't know. So here is Star. I love the movement for the comets. I just think that's really nice. I love the star trails as well. It's that, I do love that attention to detail. Then we've got moon, obviously on the moon. Can't believe I fluffed it on the last one. Luckily teleporting through. I walked past Bubble. Can't believe I walked past Bubble. Angel's area felt a little bit bizarre. It didn't feel like heaven. It was just like this platform and then it wasn't really used for anything. I don't know, I think I need to revamp maybe the pearly gates or something rather than that hill. And I was so close to thinking that I didn't have to do a maze, and no, we get teleported through to one. It's like a staple of these games. Have we got an obby? Check. Have we got a maze? Check. Found my way back to the entrance. And there is a sneaky wall. Oh my god. So yeah, that's like a maze but harder. Can't believe that. So find the hidden wall, then you'll find gold. The new mushroom island, it said that you needed a mushroom to unlock it. So it actually did unlock for me without having to do the mushroom. But the mushroom's in the forest if you do need it. And I quite like the simplicity of this area, actually. See, Fairy, look, Fairy's got the wings. And again, it's like the Mochi's wearing a frog costume. I think that's really sweet. Didn't put one behind the waterfall. Again, I always say check them, but really surprised there wasn't one there. We have witch. This is why I said I thought monster would have been here, but it wasn't. This reminds me a lot of Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom my daughter used to make me watch. Again, that square is really intriguing. I wonder if they're going to do a drop down for some reason. We have mage, and it says spirit only comes out at night, so I'll do that. I will need to go back to the graveyard. I do wonder why they put log at the very start of the log and not in the middle. We have moss. And then climbing the mushrooms. I think this one's really nicely hidden, but you have the enchanted mushroom there. That might have been nice maybe on the back side of the mushroom rather than being on the front. And again, you could have hidden something in the treetops because you can go one to the other. I wouldn't recommend picking anything, any mushroom, but you do have poison mushroom there. I was thinking one may be hidden there as you've got the steps, but alas, no. Can't believe I ran straight past mushroom. I was so intrigued by fairy. So as I said, for spirit we do need to go ahead and make it night. So teleport into the graveyard. Clicking the orb will turn it night time. Heading back to the mushroom area. I love that the lights are on inside of the mushroom house. That's really nice, but you can see spirit has now appeared here. Again, love that. So Prismatic had a glitch for me, so if you leave the game, all the orbs won't show in the door, and you also can't collect them again. So this was really frustrating because I didn't think that I was collecting it to get the door, so I kept going back. So the first orb is in the supermarket in the forest, so for me, as you can see, I can't recollect the orb. The next one is on the plane in town. So if you do leave the game, by all means try and go around and collect them again, but just collect the ones that you haven't already collected. So we're not going to the door yet, there is one in cave. And we are going to Evil's new layer, so that's Bat, and then Evil's new layer is in the back here. I like they've added some crystals and made that area a little bit nicer, but again there's the red orb. If you are doing this first time, the orb will say collected and it will disappear, and then you will see the orb in Prismatic's door. So you see me go to 3 orbs now in the map. I have no orbs in my door, so just be mindful of that, okay? If you leave the game. The next one is in beach and it's on the rock here. This is the blue orb. Again, you can see I'm trying to collect it, but it's not letting me because I've already got it once before. So we need to go back to Cloud. So you need to turn the night time on though, because we need to go over the star path. See, I would have thought it would have been one of the juggler's balls. That would have been quite funny. I think they've missed a trick there. And then it's just there in the corner of the tower. That one did let me collect it, so not sure if I collected that one before or that one just wasn't glitched. Going back to the sewer. And of course, you know what colour it's going to be. It's not going to be brown, it's green. And it's just there by the sewer pipe. And then luckily the last one is in the city. It's in the Mochi club. And then going upstairs. So you can see only 2 have been populated in the door, but once you get the script, that is you've collected all 7. I absolutely love the way Prismatic looks. Best looking Mochi, I think, aside from probably Zombie. And Lava Rock, I do like Lava Rock. Just making our way back, and that is our final Mochi. I hope the video has been helpful. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.